And for a radio station to allow themselves to be used for misinformation, ask yourself, how scared do niggas gotta really be to sit on a podcast tomorrow and pretend they don't see what they see? This is everyone's final warning.
All right, so today, Nicki Minaj did a little Twitter space, and it looked like she was sending a warning to certain people in the media for not speaking on her situation when she's talking about Jay-Z and Roc Nation and Desiree Perez, and as well as a few words for Charlamagne the God. I don't think Nicki liked a few things that were said in the Gucci Man interview today. And let's not forget, Nicki's Instagram was deactivated today too. So y'all check this out, like the video and subscribe. Let's get it.
But y'all, if you're worried about why you're not seeing your favorite artist or new upcoming, fresh face on the radio, it's because, Charlamagne the Bleach is at it again. So yeah, chill. But you guys, when I speak on these things, my darlings, I'm not speaking up for me. I'm speaking up for everyone before me. They know they can't pull it with me. They've tried and failed. On March 27, 2026, you will be reminded as to why Nicki Minaj has been the upper echelon since the moment she came on the scene. So guys, what was I saying? So when I'm speaking about these things, y'all, I'm not speaking in fear of what I think these cunts and coons can do to me. No, I'm speaking out as a voice for everyone who has no voice. You see those videos that they keep posting of like Demery Hadley, Desiree Perez's daughter. You see, if there was a big famous face on those videos, people would listen because they would care. But they don't understand that when I'm posting those videos, this is not about Demery. This is about every Demery. This is about every person who this has happened to. And for a radio station to allow themselves to be used for misinformation and as a jab, no pun intended, it's disgusting. If I were you, I would tighten up. I would tighten up. I would tighten up. Every podcaster and blog have to shut the fuck up right now. Just imagine they don't even know that one day they will be the Demery. And everyone will shut the fuck up. Remember when I warned Wendy Williams? And there are other people I've warned about things. And they know. Because it's happened. Ask yourself, how scared do niggas gotta really be to sit on a podcast tomorrow and pretend They don't see what they see. My goodness. You couldn't pay me $1 billion quadrillion to live my life like that. Just imagine. They don't even realize that they're next up. There's a person with a blog right now that doesn't know. Tag, you're it. You see, because sometimes the very same thing that make you laugh and to make you motherfucking cry. Yitty. You see, so some of these people who will remain quiet now, they will need our voices one day, and we will remain quiet then. Did you hear what the fuck I just said, somebody? Somebody. They will need our voices, and we will be quiet then. This is everyone's final warning. This is everyone's final fucking warning. Every politician, everybody, every billionaire, every millionaire, every quadrillionaire, every thousandaire, every 50 cents year. I mean, whatever there. Shout out my nigga 50. Brr. Queens, get that motherfucking money. You already know, nigga. Brr. Southside Jamaica Queens, bitch. The fuck is really good. Tell you bitches, man, I'll put that foot on any bitch neck. Bitch, know to shut the fuck up. How many personalities did I do so far? Who's counting? You stupid hoe. Oh, and also, I have to say something about the best man in the world. Kenneth Petty, I love you. Happy anniversary, my darling. I love you so much. My husband always remembers all the dates before I do. But, my darling, God bless you. God cover you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, you guys, I have to go and be with my lady for a little bit. It's both our money now, Zaddy. It's still my money, Zaddy. Yeah, it's both our money now, Zaddy. I know y'all was itching to hear my actual voice say that. Y'all are silly. All right, I love you. Okay, my darlings, please rest assured that the queen is queening. Okay? And, the queen is working to make you very happy all the time. And I love you. You guys are so fucking precious. I wish that God blesses you for all eternity, for all the joy you've brought in my life personally. Oh, and guys, and my darlings, please don't worry about the people who allegedly have been doing the stealing of stuff, child. They going under. But you don't, bitch, please. So it's no need to worry, honey. Nika got it. Thank you, Tasha K, for helping us.
Now, did y'all peep when Nicki said, sit on your podcast tomorrow? Today is Tuesday. Y'all know the Joe Budden podcast comes out every Wednesday. So that was a shot to Joe like, hey, why you not speaking on my situation? But I want to let y'all know a few things that I think Nicki was talking about in this space. All right, so when I spoke on the Gucci Mane interview today, he opened up about having schizophrenia. And he was talking about some of the things he said when he was going through these different episodes, and his wife was talking about supporting him. And Nicki tweeted about this too, but I want y'all to hear this clip because Charlamagne, he then asked Gucci Mane, he said, what do you think when you see other artists going off online? And this is what Gucci Mane said.
When you see artists doing that now, do you know exactly what they going through?
Yes.
I do.
We be like, since that's going through an episode. I can see it because I'd have been through it. And I'm like, I be feeling sorry for them, you know what I'm saying? But because I see the media, they just go with it. Like this person like mad or they being, like mean or whatever, but they be like going through something really mental. It'd be some mental health stuff going on.
And even when Gucci said, I think he said sis, it sounded like he was talking about a female, which I think a lot of people felt like Charlamagne was trying to talk about Nicki Minaj going off on Jay-Z and going on these Twitter rants. And I don't know if Gucci picked that up. And so he said, sis. I think he was referring to Nicki and some of her, rants on Twitter. Now, Nicki tweeted this after the Gucci Mane interview. And she said, Gucci wife has been trying to be me for years. Been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Gucci hates Deborah Anthony. They don't want Deb around me. That's Waka Flocka's mom. She's around me now. Charlamagne the fraud, Jay-Z friend and business associate, using iHeartRadio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families. He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. Y'all know Charlamagne the God was once, I would say, Wendy Williams' apprentice. He was her number 2 when she had her radio show. When I was young, we used to listen to that show every day on my way home from school. Anyway, the bucks stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet. Y'all really do not understand who I really am. Bring it. Let's play. Y'all wanted attention. Let's do it. LAPD, where's the evidence of my home being swatted with a toddler inside 4 times? And she says, guys drawn. I think she meant to say guns drawn. She had a little typo. And she ends it by saying, Republic Records, stand up for me any effing day now, okay? Which then led to everybody online talking about how Nicki Minaj's Instagram has been deactivated. Now, y'all know she was talking a lot about Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, Rock Nation. She was posting that on her Instagram. Now it's gone. So people are saying, oh, okay, Jay-Z took that down. Now, I feel like in this space, this was Nicki explaining some of the things that have been going on with her in more detail. And she even shouted out Tasha K. And there was a Tasha K space when you had 2 different factions of Nicki Minaj fans. And some fans felt like she should just come out and say what she really means. Stop being so cryptic. And then the other, I want to say Tasha K's fans and Nicki fans, they were against that. And they like, well, if you don't get what Nicki is saying, it's not for you. She has to be careful. These people are very powerful. And then the other side was saying, well, what hasn't she said yet? Meaning she said a lot of disrespectful stuff as of now. So she might as well, tell the people what's really going on. And I think this space was her response to that. I think she still kept it a little bit cryptic, but she opened up a little more about what she feels is going on with her situation. And she feels like certain people are being put up to go against her, like Charlamagne the God, The Breakfast Club, And she's calling out podcasts like the Joe Budden podcast for not speaking on the situation. Now, I do know on the Joe Budden podcast, the last time they spoke about Nicki, I think it was when her and Cardi went back and forth and they was talking about children. And I remember in that moment, I don't think Joe wanted to go too deep on that just because of all of the mudslinging that was going on, mentioning kids. I think his thing was both of them were wrong, and he wasn't going to do some deep dive about all of the stuff that they was talking about. But maybe Nicki is like, well, you know, it's a bigger situation going on. Don't act like it's just me talking about Cardi's kids. I'm guessing that's how she feels, but she's also probably thinking, well, I've said multiple things on this situation and you haven't used your platform to speak on it. Now, to y'all, do you think it's Joe's job to, I guess, help her in her battle with Roc Nation and Jay-Z? Because I would say Joe does have a decent relationship with Jay. I don't think he's afraid to speak on Jay topics, but I think some of y'all would say he is. They call themselves the Hovengers. And so they do kind of stand up for Jay and speak on behalf of Jay in certain situations. But I feel like if Nicki was to say X, Y, and Z, Joe would speak on it. And I do feel like that gives all of these media people a little bit of a cover, because I think to the main audience, the mainstream audience, I would say, they just see Nicki attacking Jay-Z. They just see her posting these pictures of Jay-Z with a pink wig on and all that type of stuff. They don't look at it in the same light that she's looking at it in, or under the same microscope lens that she's looking at the situation. She's talking about her tour. She's talking about that deal that went down with Tidal and she felt like she was owed some money. She's talking about this situation with Desiree's daughter, who I think has been calling out Desiree Perez over certain situations. And a lot of people feel like that situation isn't getting a lot of light because of who Desiree is associated with, Jay-Z. And so I think Nicki wants people in media to speak about that. And that's why she said, you know, if the Desiree situation had a big celebrity attached to it, y'all would talk about it more. And she's like, well, I'm the only person speaking on it. This is what I will say. We've seen multiple people in the past try to go at Jay and Roc Nation. I will say she's probably the first person, in my opinion, to take it to a level where there are being some discussions had about it. I think if she wasn't Nicki Minaj, it would kind of blow over and people would say she's crazy. Now, people are still trying to say she's crazy, but they can't fully Jaguar right her, right? Everybody says Jaguar Wright has mental issues, discount anything she says about anything. But you can't really do that to Nicki, just because I really feel like she got a strong fan base. And a lot of people feel like, you know, she speaks on behalf of black women and she speaks on behalf of artists. I will also say there's always this thing I talk to y'all about where it's like, I think regular people don't really care about celebrity problems. So they see a multimillionaire like Nicki Minaj complaining about things that the average person can't really relate to. But because it's Nicki and so many people are invested in her career, and not to mention people just love Nicki and they're going to fight for her regardless, I think it's always different with her. So I think a lot of people aren't just going to write her off. But at the end of the day, I think the things I just mentioned are the reasons why it isn't this big situation where everybody's updating it 24/7 what Nicki Minaj is saying about Roc Nation and Desiree and Jay-Z. Because unfortunately, if you're not a huge Nicki Minaj stan, I don't think you really care that much, to be honest. That doesn't mean that, you know, she isn't pointing out anything that should be pointed out, or she isn't saying anything that shouldn't be said. But she's still Nicki Minaj. And she's still one in a lot of people's eyes. Like, she won. I know a lot of people feel like she doesn't get the credit she deserves, but some other people will say it was a time when Nicki Minaj was the only female rapper getting the awards, and she just swallowed up the whole female rap space. And I know a lot of people don't like Cardi B when we're talking about Nicki Minaj, and they feel like Cardi B was created to go against Nicki. But I could be wrong, but to me it always felt like Cardi B opened up a floodgate for the media to pay attention to more female rappers, because before that, it was only Nicki. Every time it was an award show and Nicki Minaj's name came up, you knew she was getting that award, whether it was MTV, BET, anywhere else. Let's keep it real. I think a lot of y'all forget that. It was like a good, I want to say 4 or 5 years. Whenever I saw her name, she was winning that award. It was no other female rapper that was coming close. Then when Cardi popped out, I feel like the media started paying attention to more female rappers. It felt like the only time y'all would mention other female rappers next to Nicki is if y'all felt like it was some kind of beef, like Remy Ma, her going back and forth, maybe a little bit of tension with Lil' Kim. But other than that, it was just Nicki. And that's why I feel like some people feel like, well, Nicki is complaining now, but let's not forget that she's Nicki Minaj for a reason, because she dominated for so long. When we talk about Drake's domination in music, I would say for female rap, that's how Nicki Minaj dominated. And I know I'm kind of going off subject with this, but y'all tell me what y'all thought about the space, and what y'all think about the situation between, let's just say, Nicki versus Roc Nation. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.